Hello, welcome to Breakfast All Day. Christy, Alonso, and Lulu Wang's film The Farewell got amazing buzz out of Sundance this year. It's now coming to theaters, and tell us about it.
I'm just going to say bring Kleenex. That's the entirety of my review. Just trust me on this. Bring Kleenex. So Awkwafina stars as a woman in her early 30s named Billy, who is living in New York City. She is of Chinese descent, and she came to the United States with her parents when she was a little girl. She is really close to her grandmother. Her Nai, you can tell they're still really close, even on the quick phone call they have at the beginning of the film.
They talk on the phone every day.
It's really cute. And then she and her family get the really sad news that Nai does not have much longer to live. She's been diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and she probably only has a few months left to live. And so the family hastily arranges this wedding between one of Billy's cousins and this young woman that he's been dating for not very long as an excuse to get everybody together, but not tell Nai that she's dying.
Yes, apparently it's Chinese custom to not tell older people when they are terminally ill because somehow that just makes them give up and they die faster. So there's this elaborate series of ruses and lies involved between the doctors and the family and everybody to not tell the grandmother that she's only got a few months to live.
It might not just be Chinese culture. It might be various Asian cultures because our landlord is Japanese, and I was telling him about this film, and he's like, "Oh, that we do that too."
Oh, okay,
so
anyway,
there you go.
They're Chinese in the movie. That's all I know.
Some cultures. So it is about how everyone goes back and they get together in the town where Nai is, and she's still a hoot. She's a total spitfire, and she's making plans, and nothing gets past her, and she notices everything from things that are wrong with the wedding banquet menu to the size of Billy's butt and how much is she eating in New York. And so Awkwafina, as this young woman, has this difficult line to walk where she wants to be present and she wants to be supportive, but she also is appalled by the fact that everyone is so willing to pull off this elaborate lie. This is actually based on what happened in Lulu Wang's family.
Yeah.
And Awkwafina is the stand-in she's a conduit for us and a stand-in for the writer-director. And apparently Lulu Wang's Nai is still among us.
What, you give that away?
It's in real life.
Yeah, I know, but that's okay. Fine.
That's not a spoiler.
All right.
Why
They
is
say at the end of the movie. I thought maybe it would.
There are articles that have been written about this.
Okay.
There are articles. There's a story in the New York Times about how Nai still hasn't seen this film yet.
Oh, gotcha.
So there you go. So it's out there. I'm
Fine.
not spoiling, but it's really lovely and really smart and sweet, and it pulls off this really tricky balance of tone because it's a funny movie. It's a funny movie about the prospect of death.
And it is a movie that is being sold in the trailer as a certain kind of comedy, which I think, again, this is why I don't like watching trailers, because they sell you a thing that isn't necessarily what the thing is. I think that there's a different tone of this film. It's a little more, I don't want to say languid, but there's longer scenes and longer takes, and the trailer sets you up for it to be faster and quippier. And what the movie is great. It's just not what they're selling it as. I think this movie captures family dynamics in such a great way. The way that these people that you are so close to and that you grow up and that know you better than anybody else are they can be your closest allies, and they can also just drive you up the wall. They know exactly all the ways to do that. And this is that thing we always talk about, how the more specific you get, the more universal it becomes. I am not Asian, but there is so much about my own family and extended family dynamics that I recognize in this movie, and the digs at people and the sacrifices that people make and the stuff you just ignore and let roll off your back, that felt relevant and recognizable to me.
But it's incredibly specific culturally, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And the vast majority of the film is in Mandarin with subtitles.
Yeah.
And that is crucial in a lot of moments where, people can speak English to each other in front of Nai, who I should say is played by Zhao Shuzhen. She's so great. a firecracker. She's hilarious.
Total, like leaping to the top of my like when Lafka votes for supporting actresses.
Yes.
Like I'm thinking about her and Awkwafina. Holy shit,
so good.
I mean, I think she's a very talented comedic actress, and now like I realize she can do whatever she wants.
And she was cast in this role before Ocean's 8 and Crazy Rich Asians came out.
Interesting.
So she was cast in this role first, just based on being a rapper and doing a few things here and there, and I guess she had some really profane, funny song.
Her YouTube career.
Yeah, some song about her vagina.
Yes.
Anyway, go find it for yourselves when you're done watching us. But based on that, the casting folks brought the possibility of her to Lulu Wong to play her ostensibly, and she's like, "You want this person to play me?" But it works out beautifully. She's got this great naturalism about her, and the thing that is interesting about her from a comic perspective, that like she's so present and has such great charisma and makes these interesting choices over and over again. Like it's like she's not even acting. There's just like this natural kind of radiant charisma about her, and she brings all those instincts to a dramatic role too, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, I mean, there's that thing about how like people will say that the best acting is listening, and she is so reactive to everything around her, whether it's the grandmother, whether it's her own parents, or her like aunt and uncle, or like all these different things that are sort of swimming around, and these various lies that are being told. Like she is an audience conduit in that she's responding so much, and she's so empathetic and so responsive to the things that are going on around her that you completely sort of step into her shoes.
Yeah, and there are unexpected funny things that happen during sad moments. Like there's a scene at a cemetery. And there's a scene, and at the wedding banquet itself, like the drunken toasts and like the silly games they play. And so there are these wonderful, light, surreal moments, even as, the tension is steadily building underneath of like what is going to happen here.
Right.
And it's an incredible accomplishment from a tonal perspective, and I kind of loved it. And I gave it 4 stars when I wrote about it for Ebert.
Is this a first feature?
No.
I'm not familiar with Lulu Wong's work before this.
I'm not. I'm looking right now as we speak. She had a film in 2014 called Posthumous.
Okay.
So maybe it's her second.
Okay.
It is her second.
For somebody who is, just getting her career started, this is very assured storytelling.
Posthumous had Britt Marling, Jack Houston, Lambert Wilson, Tom Schilling. I don't know this movie at all. Yes. But this is, it's really, really good. And it's so personal, and I was blown away by it. And I get to do a Q&A with Lulu Wong on Friday night at the Landmark, so I get to pick her brain.
If you're in Los Angeles, go see Christy.
Or in the environs, come see me. So I kind of loved it, and I'm saying 9.3.
I said 8.2. I like this a lot, and I will probably see it again.
8.7 is our number. It's at 100% on the tomato meter for your enjoyment. I think it's just New York and LA this week.
Might be, but it's A24, so it'll be getting out there.
Go see it, please.
And I don't think they're going to make a bear in a cage toy for it.
Yes. So Matt, Midsummer, our favorite Midsummer. They are putting out bear and cage toys.
Nice. Already sold out, but has a ridiculous viral online ad. Anyway, that's another story. Thank you for watching. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us at BeFastAllDay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and do visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/BeFastAllDay. It's where we do movie news and trailer recaps, and right now our TV recaps on fire, because we're not just catching up with Big Little Lies and Handmaid's Tale, but we're going to be talking about all of season 3 of Netflix's Stranger Things. You don't want to miss that. Thanks for watching.
Bye.